In this episode, we're stripping down a 150 cubic centimeters scooter engine from Sundiro Honda. Is it exactly the same as the PCX? What are the structural differences? Models like the Sundiro Honda NS 150, the GX 150, and the newly released 150X all use the same engine. First, let's look at the transmission system. Check out the wear on this clutch bell. This bike has only done 1,400 kilometers. Even with aggressive driving, this much wear is a bit hard to justify. The front and rear pulley faces are from FCC Japan. You can see the logo right here. The clutch shoes are also from FCC. Now, let's check the belt. The belt is from Bando, Japan. Now look at the variator, pulley, plate. This is what I understand the least. How can it be rusted like this? The bike was bought in May. And the air around here isn't even humid. So, what's the deal here? Maybe car wash foam got in here? Even if the transmission case got damp, the shafts and bolts aren't rusted at all. Even the rear-driven pulley shows no rust. So I can't explain this either. Let's look at the roller weights. Where the rollers make contact, it feels smooth to the touch. These are just normal usage marks. For those looking to tune their bikes, let's check the weight of the rollers. 19.07 grams. So why are we stripping this engine? A local buddy of mine saw others upgrading their displacement. So he asked me to find a way. Once I found the parts for him, he brought the bike over for disassembly. By the way, he wants all internal bearings replaced with imported ones. That's how we ended up with this teardown video. What's the difference between this and the PCX 160 engine? First, the structure is basically identical. The stroke is exactly the same as the PCX 160. Only the bore is smaller. And there are some differences in the materials used. That's the situation. Its bore is 58.6 millimeters, while the PCX 160 is 60 millimeters. It uses a hydraulic tensioner, same as the PCX 160. The Wuyong Honda EW 150 engine has a similar bore. Both are 60 millimeters with a shorter stroke. The cylinder head structure is also the same as the PCX 160. Single cam, for valve with roller rocker arms. This head is made by Chongqing Zhizhong. Look at the camshaft retaining plate. Simple and crude. Just an M6 bolt with a large washer. To hold the camshaft in place, let's remove the rocker arms and check the camshaft bearings. The owner's intention is to replace these with imported bearings too. Well, since it's already apart, might as well be thorough. This camshaft also has a decompression valve. Most setups have this nowadays. Its function is to reduce resistance during startup. This camshaft bearing is from CNU, Bahuan P6 grade, C single angular contact bearing. And this one is from Fabiao. I checked, and you can't even find a replacement for this one. The smaller one at the back is also Fabiao. As for imported bearings, they don't make these two sizes, so there's no way around it. At this point, the owner is already quite upset. But wait, it gets even worse. The cylinder actually has scuffing. Look at this. Only 1,400 kilometers. The first service was done. The oil was fine. Even if it wasn't broken in properly, it shouldn't be like this, right? My buddy is about to cry next to me. This is the upgrade cylinder I got him. Next to it is a forged piston. This is a PCX 160 upgrade cylinder with a 63 mm bore. Let's test fit it to see if it works. It looks normal from here. Since PCX mods are popular in SE Asia, finding a cylinder is easy. But honestly, the water jacket walls are a bit thin. Alright, let's look at the piston. The piston itself is okay. It's a cast piston. It doesn't have any coating or any special treatment. Just a basic white piston. There are some marks on the side of the piston skirt. The piston is from Fujian Jichuan. The wrist pin also has marks. So the scoring on the cylinder was likely caused by the piston/cylinder fit. The piston doesn't look that bad, though. This reminds me of the old Honda 190. Look, it also has an oil jet. The old Honda 190s often had cylinder scuffing, while the piston remained fine. This engine is showing the same symptoms as the old 190. I used to strip Honda 190s all the time. Longtime fans should know. The owner noticed these 3 bolts. He asked why the stator mounting bolts look so ugly. I looked, and they really are ugly. They look irregular. I'll take them off now. To give you a close-up look. Take a look. These 3 hex bolts aren't even perfectly round. Especially this one, it's thin on this side and thick on the other. Can someone from the fastener industry explain this? Is this poor manufacturing? Or is there a specific design reason? Because this is supposed to be Sundiro Honda. To my naked eye, these bolts just look very cheap. So, if anyone's in the bolt business, could you explain it to us? This engine also has pull start. It has no starter motor. It relies on the stator and magneto to act as a brushless motor. The stator is from Mitsuba, Japan. Mitsuba sure looks a lot like Mitsubishi in English. If you've watched this far, please give the video a like. Removing the oil pump gear. The color shows it's nylon, not iron. Nylon oil pump gears are everywhere. After all, they have a self-lubricating effect. Check out the timing chain. The timing chain is from Zhonghe. Preparing to split the crankcase. Let's look at the bearings to see if they differ from the PCX ones. At this stage, the owner doesn't even want to continue. He's lost interest in modifying it. He's heartbroken. Then he said, "We've come this far. Let's finish the job. Let's check the right crankcase." This is another part that made him sad. I bet besides him, other Honda 150 owners will feel bad seeing this too. See for yourselves right here, where the steel and aluminum meet. The burrs haven't even been removed. I feel like there's a risk of them falling off. Look at this. Is it really this rough all around? And this is supposed to be Sundiro Honda, a Honda affiliate. These burrs are unbearable to look at. I'll get closer so you can see. If you remove the logo, I wouldn't believe this was a Sundiro Honda. Hey, look, there's actual aluminum debris. I don't know if it fell from this spot. Take a look, everyone. I'm honestly quite surprised. Originally, when my neighbor wanted to buy this 150, I told him the engine shouldn't be bad. But seeing it torn down like this, I'll be avoiding it from now on. It looks great on the outside. But if the engine is like this, you're better off looking at other retro 150s. Look, I've confirmed it by picking it out. It's definitely aluminum scrap. The owner is having a breakdown next to me. He's decided not to modify it. Just put it back and sell it used. Now let's look at the crankshaft. The crankshaft is a Gangyang made in Jiangsu. The crank feels solid, which is good. I can't see the logo on the left crank bearing. It must be on the inner side. We'll have to check the other side then. The right crank bearing is, what is this? Made in Changzhou. Soot bearings? I feel these are even worse than Bahuan. Have you ever heard of soot bearings? I remember seeing them in another engine I stripped. But they weren't used in critical parts. On the PCX 160, this bearing is a Nachi bearing from Japan. I can't be bothered to strip the gearbox. The owner has had enough. This bearing is from Bahuan. So the gearbox ones are probably all Bahuan too, hopefully, since the owner watched the whole teardown. His faith has collapsed. His spirit is broken. He's not going through with the mods anymore. He doesn't even want the bike. Plans to reassemble it and sell it off. Neither of us expected this. What a waste of my 63mm forged piston. While I was putting it back together, the owner pointed out that this part isn't a perfect circle. It's uneven. Actually, this is quite common. Other brands have this too. Can't really criticize that. Alright, I won't summarize this teardown. You can see the results for yourselves. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.